And let's go. Welcome back to sandchessvb with Coach Frederick, the head coach here, because it's just me. Today we have an episode about my daughter trying to distract me, but no, about communication. She's on the side, and she doesn't want to play beach volleyball yet, so you guys help me out convincing her. We have an episode about communication in general. There will be follow-up videos about more specifics. Just so you know, there is a little 9-year-old who's trying to do some silly dance right next to it, and she thinks I'm going to crack up laughing and mess this up. But when I'm doing volleyball, nothing will distract me. Okay? If only I could share you'd understand. Okay, so where are we? Communication. All right, communication. It's more than calling your ball and saying me, or at times you. I've even seen people disagreeing with you, saying you. So anyway, we'll get into that. It's definitely an underestimated weapon that if you use it better than the other team, you will be able to, it will help you save or win more points than the other team. Now, if the other team is just as good in communication, well, you still need those points anyway. So let's see, let's get into this. I have, as usual, I have the outline here. Let me try to maximize the window. And I will use my homegrown tool, that amazing piece of software that will help dive deeply in any of those concepts that we will discuss today. Again, this is a generic video. There will be more advanced, more next level descriptions and discussions in follow-up videos. Anyway, let's dive into it. I have it as before the game, in between points, and most importantly, during the points, I have it last. So before the game, that is with the worst case assumption that you don't really know your partner, or you may know him, but not to the extent of understanding fully how he works, how he thinks, and what he'll do. So here are a few questions. Of course, you don't want to overwhelm anyone with the 300 questions and make the next person wondering what's wrong with this guy. I'm just came here to play. Why is he asking so many? If that person reacts that way, it's probably not the person I'm compatible with anyway, but you might still be forced to play with him. So what do you ask? Of course, you can ask what side he prefers. Hopefully things line up, and if you both prefer the same side, then you'll need to figure it out. Maybe then ask follow-up questions like, okay, is there any side you're better at setting? There might be it might be someone coming from indoors who will be more likely to be setting from the right side of the court because he's done that his whole life playing indoors. So let's see, what is the next question? Okay, this probably the most important. I'd rather have this done right than which side I'm playing on. So let's see, what set does he want? Of course, you want to share that information with him too, especially if, like me, you want something rather specific, like in my case, a low set. I cannot possibly hit those high sets. They are too hard to time, and you will lose all the visual information from the court once you have to go look at that set and look up and like, oh, what did the blocker do? Where did the defender go? No idea, and even a quick call might not be enough for you to process and execute. Let's ensure you have that cleared up, and if possible, you can practice a few sets before the game to be on the same page. Next question. Does he want to split block or not? And you can offer to block the whole game if that's what you can do, or you can ask if he's willing to. I've offered that to, I typically offer this to shorter guys. But even shorter guys, I've seen someone taking it like, what do you mean? You think you can jump higher than me? So since then, I continue to offer it anyway, because well, I trust my own decision and timing, and plus even guys who are like 6'1", 6'2", they may prefer to play D anyway, and that's my angle really. I will tell them that I think their defense is just as good as mine or better, and if I can do something for the team, then I will do the block the whole game, no problem. So anyway, you can think about that. And then regarding of who blocks, who defends, some kind of agreement to where to peel when peel is needed. So line or call typically are the two main options. I've seen other schemes where a player can peel always to his preferred side, left or right. That's possible too. Most common, and I think easiest for me, is to peel line no matter what the call, with some caveats, which I would explain in another video. And here goes my daughter again, dancing around, but nice try. Just like on the court, I'll stay focused on the game, but you can try again in 10 minutes. Let's see. After that, some additional questions. Let's see, what did I write in here? And I swear it's not, I don't have an AI bot preparing that for me. It is me, of course. I have things checked out, checked for correctness and typos, but this is me. But I forget what I wrote, so that's why I write it, so I can read it again. Okay, so you can discuss if there is if anyone has a good idea on how to quote attack this game, pun intended or not. For example, if well, there is a weaker passer or weaker attacker, do you want to exploit that? That will be two different game plans. If you go after the weaker passer, you probably want harder serves and hope for a few aces. And if you go after the weaker attacker, you may not necessarily need those aces, though I'll take aces any day. But what? Continuously target that one guy and hope you can dig him or pick up his shots. And that's, you know, some basic game plans. There might be others. So what else? Next question. Does your partner understand 1, 2, 3? So yeah, so this, you probably have a good idea if he will understand after the couple questions you've already asked earlier. Does he know 1, 2, 3, 4 open hand? What do they mean? For those in the back who were sleeping, 1 is line, 2 is cross, 3 is showing cross but blocking line, 4 is blocking showing line but blocking cross, and then open hand is blocking the ball. Oh yeah, and then does he understand that especially if the attacker will end up having to hit on the other side, so something like this. The setter had to set backward, and then the attacker will have to come behind. Typically, the blocker will do the butt slap, left or right, butt cheek slap, left or right. That will make my daughter laugh, of course. Left or right, and can the defender react on this? Because if whatever the call you made, what does it mean once the set is over here? So that's where we do, we indicate what we do typically with the butt slap. If you have time to show in the back, you can show 1 or 2. Don't start showing a 3 when there is a broken play. It's going to confuse your defender. Of course, if it's the same guy you play with for 28 years, yeah, he would be okay. What else? What else? We have, is he okay with, oh yeah, so this is rather advanced. But you know, we'll get a little bit more, but in detail in another video. But I'll touch base on this here. Are you in agreement to switch from a cross block to a line block once the set is bad? Let me show you this on my favorite tool. So let's see, the set is bad. Let me shrink a little bit of everything. Maybe this one I actually need to increase. So we have, let's say, a mediocre pass. Let's see, I need this guy to be extended, and let's just say he's gonna have to set from far. This is probably too much. So typically, once the pass isn't perfect, you can expect a less than perfect offense. And if the setter comes from here, he might end up doing something like this. Oh yeah, you know what? I have this option. He can do something like this, and the attacker might come like that. That is the approach. And at this point, you may still want to block depending on how fast the approach is, but clearly now, let me have this power hit zone. Clearly now, well, with or without, because the ball is off the net, it's a lot easier to dig the ball cross court. So you might want to be ready to switch from a 2 to a 1 block, or even peel, but at the minimum change. And you can see that the block might still be useful and take a decent chunk of the hitting zone, but that ball here should be fairly easy to dig. I mean, you can, it's not a guaranteed dig, but I would much rather dig some ball coming from 10-12 feet off the net than 2 feet off with no block. So anyway, that's some quick reaction play that you might want to have your team ready for. I mean, I'm always ready for that, but is my teammate ready for that switch? How comfortable, yeah, how comfortable, let's go back here. How comfortable is your partner with the two ball attacking? In fact, that might even be feeding into which side does he want. Obviously, if you have two righties, two short righties like me and old who can't jump, you probably want the shorter righty on the left. At least that's an option. Or if you have a tall guy, you can also want him. You may have him on the left, but then the game plan is different. There's a tall guy I play with at times, and I'm okay to play either way. Just that if I play right side, I will feed him a lot of two balls as often as I can. So he can bang it from the left. It's a lot easier for righties than from the right. Now, of course, if you have a lefty, then it's all set up. Okay, what else do I have in between points? In between points, we have a few things here. First four are, probably most of you would have done, would do it already. Okay, first one, just like, nothing magical, just like, okay, let's go. If you lost a point, you can focus, tell him to focus on the next point. That's okay. If you need a little bit more, you can have him say, hey, take a deep breath, okay? And hopefully it helps clearing the mind and clearing what might be going on. If yeah, here's one of my little tricks to clear the air. If somebody just shanked and we don't have the whole shanked up pass, let's say, I like to look at him and say, hey, you know what? I got bad news for you. And when they haven't heard it before, they're like, what? Like, oh, it's not the last one you ever shank. And of course, they start laughing, at least smiling. But then you can add, it's the last one for this game. Anyway, this works for a lot of things, even non-volleyball related. Let's see, what else can you do in between points? You can remind other guys, you know, whatever information we know. The guy doesn't like to pass deep. He doesn't like to when we block cross. He doesn't like when we peel on him. Things like that. We can do quick reminders. Also, what I call technical correction. If you notice that your partner, even for yourself, did not do the best approach, then you can do some quick corrections. You know, or you know, if there's something like the wind is a big factor, you can remind your setter that you know, you'd rather have a lower set that is less affected by the wind. Yeah, so quick one-liner, half a liner. And one more more next level, at least more advanced, more thoughtful comment. And it's more than, oh, but that was the good idea. This is the comment. It's if your partner did everything right, let's say in offense, can work in defense too, but let's take an example in offense. And his shot lands a millimeter out, but it was away from everybody else. You can, you know, do more than letting him know that not only was a good idea, it was the right play, it was perfect. We're not dealing with 1 millimeter here. The 1 millimeter may dictate the point whether you have the point or not. But it doesn't change anything of what was done. Anything that fed into what could have been very well been a 1 point, everything that fed into that um, is still right, and you should praise and build on this, as opposed to get back to just like, oh, forget it and let's go to the next point. That is dismissing that the that the everything that went into the point. So, okay, I thought I was done, but I was not. There was a whole page I missed. And we are still in the series of my daughter trying to distract me with the silly dance. That's okay, and that in fact maybe she succeeded because I forgot the third page. But anyway, here I am back, and here is the third page, the most important one, during the points. So what happens during the points? All right. I have a note that anything here that is discussed is not natural, and in order to execute on all of those goals, we need to include that in the drills. And if you do drill and you're technically impeccable, but you oh yeah, you did not get that? That's right. Well, that's just like your partner not hearing you when you get a dig and not knowing what you just did. Maybe you can tell him. Okay, so what do we have in here? Verbal calls, basics. Yeah, of course. So these are, I guess, the basics. Possession calls. So yeah, so when the ball comes in between or in some kind of gray area, obviously you need to call me or you. And yes, you need to call you, but when you call you, also step away so that the partner knows that it's his ball. In fact, either one should be good enough on its own. Once I see my partner stepping away, well, I know he's not getting to the ball. Of course, both are better. The more communication and the more aligned communication, because sometimes you see someone moving toward the ball and then say you, and I'm like, it's too late, dude. I saw you. I went doing my other things. Okay, what else? Of course, the ball's in or out. In or out, that's okay. You obviously, and if you don't know, then of course you have to delay, and at some point you have to call it in. You can't just have your partner like this waiting for that sky ball, and then like, it's too late. He's just gonna shank it. At some point, if you don't know, you just call it in, and you build the play. Slightly different. But if the ball's coming and you can quickly gauge whether it's in or out, the chances for either your own dig or your partner's dig is low to bring the ball back, you might as well call it out. But you need to call that early enough that he can get away. Like when I'm thinking that I'm going to shank it, like let's say 80% of the time, because it's going so fast and it's like a 50-50 chance it's going out, well then of course I'm going to take the 50-50, take 50% over 20%, and then sometimes I'm wrong, and I should have played it. Now if you know for sure the ball is in, but even if you have 99% chance of shanking it, well, you still have to play it. Otherwise, it's I'll take 1% over 0%. What else? Of course, after the setter needs to say what's open on the other side. So high line, cross cut, no one, drop it. Those are deep middle. Those would be like, should be in your head, ready to be spat out as you release your set and take a quick look. What's open? And there's always something open because the defender cannot possibly cover the whole thing. And if the blocker peeled, then you can say no one. And if he peeled and the set is tight, you can just say drop it. Anyway, that's a number of calls the setter has to make. And then another one that is should be automatic in every game is free. It might help your blocker peel if he's still there, and we know it's a free ball coming. So there's probably a few more. But these are the basic one that I listed. There is non-verbal communication. So when let's go back to my favorite app. When let's go back to no, we don't want the ball attached. We we have the ball that was served, and let's just say it's coming more this way. If you move up, away, up, then even if you said nothing, this guy has to know the ball's for him now. So that is non-verbal. Obviously, here's another example. If after the pass, let's just say this guy took the pass, and you're moving, you as the attacker is moving somewhere here. Obviously, even if you say nothing, hopefully he's seen you that you want to stretch, stretch it out, and more likely to want a ball pushed out. Of course, you could also be faking it and trying to stretch the defense and still want to go hit a ball in the middle or toward the middle. That's something you can't just work out with somebody you don't know. But if there's somebody that I don't know that runs this way after the pass, then probably I will push the set, unless I was told otherwise. What else? Yeah, body orientation. Of course, that's communication information for the defense. The defense will not play the same whether your approach is this way or that way. And maybe it can help them, but maybe you can play with that and do some wrist away or fool them. We will do that in a mind game series. We'll get more into details into that, but that is communication. Whether it's the real or fake information, that might be up to you later. Okay, then I have a number of next level calls during the points that I will tackle in other more targeted videos, and this time I'm actually done. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for subscribing, thanks for sending me your millions, thanks for bearing with me with my silly dancing daughter. And don't forget to play. Oh, she made a guest appearance on the screen. I don't know if I'll edit that or not. Don't forget to play volleyball as a chess game. Don't play chess as a volleyball game. The PCs might not like that. Thank you.